Hello, and welcome to another episode of Unmasking Mum the podcast with me, your host, Anna Bonasera. If you're new here, hi, thanks for being here. This is basically what I wish I had when I first was learning about ADHD and wondering if it was about me. And on my discovery journey, and I aim to answer all the questions that I typed into Google, I searched AI, looked on TikTok for, and kind of put them all in one place, but from a personal perspective. So, welcome if you're new. This is going to be a personal one because I've done something this week that has felt life changing. I have learned of a service that has literally changed my life. Because I don't know about you, but one of the things that I have always struggled with, especially since becoming a mother and having my own home, is clutter. Stuff, the sheer amount of stuff, especially when you have children and you have that cycle of them growing out of clothes and buying new ones and growing out of clothes and buying new ones and just accumulating all of this stuff. Same with toys, same with, all the other things that we have in our house. And before I knew I was ADHD, this was an issue. And instead of me giving myself slack because I knew it was a part of my ADHD brain, I just piled on the shame. And it wasn't even just self-shame. I had comments from people. And I wrote a Substack about this, and I was talking about how I first moved into my own home as a mum. So I already had a child. I can't remember how old he was. Nathaniel was relatively young when we had a flat, and I was only 20 at the time. I turned 21 in that flat with my partner at the time, with the boy's dad. And the plan was my place at drama school was on hold, and I was going to go back to drama school and finish the year with the baby, with my partner. And he was going to do a teaching degree in the area or in London. And we were going to kind of just juggle it and just do the final year. And then I found out I was pregnant again. In the same week, we got offered a house through social housing, and my partner got offered a teaching degree in Birmingham. So none of those things went along with the plan B. So we were now on to like plan C. When we were moving into the new house and decorating it, we found out I was pregnant with twins, which was like plan D, really, isn't it? Which obviously completely changed the game. So we had already made the decision that we were going to take the house. Obviously, we were already getting ready to go in, and that we were going to have the baby. That was never a question, really. Like, being a mum has always been the main thing that I've wanted to be, even though it was a surprise. It's something that I just love and have always wanted to be. So yeah, that was never a question. And my partner was going to go and do his teaching degree and then kind of live there in the week and come back on weekends. Obviously, having then twins on top of it was mental. And you can see how quickly things spiraled out of control. We were in a relatively small 2-bed as well, like wedged in between like a row of houses. It was a lovely house. It was a lovely home. And obviously we just outgrew it pretty much straight away after the twins were born. And Nathaniel was still only 14 months, almost 15 months when they were born, because they were a month early, a month and a bit. And the stuff just kept piling up. And then my relationship did break down, and we didn't continue our relationship. And I then moved into a 3-bed house when the twins were 2, I want to say. Yeah, they were walking, so I feel like they must have been 2. I can't remember now. Anyway, accumulated a lot of stuff, and now noticing the patterns of being an ADHDer, I very much just filled doom boxes and doom bags and sorted, but just basically stored it and put it in a cupboard. Out of sight, out of mind, bit of object permanence there. And I'm pretty sure I moved with boxes that went from the flat to the 2-bed house to then the 3-bed house. I want to say that when we moved to the house we're in now, which is 4 beds, we didn't move with some stuff that came from each one, but we did. I literally feel like I moved from house to house to house with boxes of stuff that I've only in recent years sorted out. It's a bit scary. And being a single mum and dealing with that all, I had comments from people saying things that really affected me and made me question myself. Now, my house was never unclean because my dad always used to pay for a cleaner for me, bless him. It was just stuff that was accumulated. And instead of people being like, would you like some help with that to get that out? They chose to say comments about the state of the stuff that was there. And when I look back, it definitely made me question myself, but my boys were always happy. They were always happy. They always showed me love. They were healthy. And that's all that really matters, right? We love each other. Obviously, they weren't growing. They weren't developing as they should, but that's not my fault. That's nothing to do with clutter. That's because they are now diagnosed as autistic, learning disabled, and ADHD. So that was like taken out of my hands. That wasn't something that clutter could not be put upon. But a lot of the shame stopped me from actually progressing with sorting it out. And life was so overwhelming and consuming with all the things with like trying to, help the twins with their developmental issues and worrying what was going on with that and not knowing and living in limbo. And then being a single mum, trying to like earn some money, I was doing my fitness instructor course at that time. Then met my husband, and meeting him definitely helped because he was so supportive and so much of a rock and really helped me through things and influenced me for the better. And things did get better. And then, when we had Spencer, more things and more stress came. And then lockdown, and then losing my dad, and then discovering having ADHD and having Mila, and moving house again, and stuff accumulates. And if you don't keep on top of the stuff that comes into the house and get stuff out of the house, your house basically just becomes filled to the brim with stuff. I don't know if you knew that already or not, but that's how it goes basically. And trying to keep up with that cycle is just exhausting as an ADHDer. And I remember I got all this stuff. I can't remember what part. I think it was living in the old house, maybe clearing out before we moved. I put all this stuff into my car and drove into like a massive warehouse charity shop. And I got there and they weren't even able to take everything. So I had to go away with it. Now, I don't know if you're the same as me, but when people are like, just pick up the phone and ring beforehand and get, let them know you're coming and ask them if they have space. The idea of picking up the phone and talking to someone literally makes me want to lick a toilet. That's how much I hate picking up the phone. I would rather lick toilets. Lick toilets clean. It's weird, isn't it? Because I could talk on here I can do live videos, reels, I can do, Zoom presentations, Zoom meetings. But if you ask me to talk to you on the phone, it is literally agony, like absolute freak out. So, as I've been on this journey of understanding my ADHD, it has given me a sense of clarity. It has given me the ability to be kind to myself, but also it has given me back some headspace to be able to actually sort through things that I have just hoarded for years. Oh, there's another one. School books. I kept every single school book of the kids until last year when I got a skip and I went through and I kept some and I binned some. Now, I didn't realize we weren't doing this. I didn't realize this wasn't a thing that we were just doing or we were keeping all the stuff. I thought we were keeping everything. And that's what we were supposed to do. But obviously, 3 boys in school, 4 boys in school, and that is a lot of books to have kept. Like the twins do like work and stuff in books, and they come back with just as many books from fresh new school as the kids do from mainstream. So 4 times books at the end of the school year. We've just got a load now. And I'm like, what do I do? So last year I paid for some skips. My her husband's got a skip company. We had it on our drive and it was the most therapeutic thing I have ever done. Okay. Ever done. And because I had it for a week, only a week, I then have a deadline. It's almost like the best thing ever. Like people are like, why don't you just put it in your car and go to the tip? If I were to do that, I probably would never go. Every time I go to the tip, so my husband's like, I'm going to book a tip because it's just the executive function to book it and go. Like, to be fair, now that you have to book it in our area, you have to book before you go. I actually think I might go more often. But because it was just an open thing where you could just go, there's no deadline, there's no rush, there's no urgency. It's just one of those things that's just you can go to and drop it all off. I think now you have to book. I might actually book and go because then you have a deadline. But having that skip for a week, or I had 2, I think, 2 or 3, can't remember. It was so therapeutic. And I went through cupboards and I went through boxes and the amount of stuff from old businesses. Oh my God. Oh my God. All the different things from different businesses that I've had since probably before I was 18 and I'm 34. All the random business ideas that me and my dad had, all the business cards, all the like flyers and merch. I kept a few bits of each and got rid of lots and lots. And there's still stuff I could get rid of. And it was so therapeutic to cleanse out. And I feel like I could do with another skip, but I'm trying to be a bit more better with my money. So maybe I should book the skip. But anyway, that was so therapeutic. And I could not have done that a couple of years ago because I would not have had the mental capacity to actually do it. So like going on this journey of actually learning about my ADHD, given me the space, not just physically, but mentally too, to be able to organise and have the emotional side and to, give myself a break. Give myself a break. And anyway, so why I've been talking about this is because I have been trying to order a new unit for my bedroom for like my work stuff because 2 years ago we changed my office, which was the dining room, into a bedroom for my eldest. So all of my office stuff, my work stuff has been in different cupboards all over the house. And it's actually was just getting ridiculous. And I was like, right, I'm going to order this unit. So for the past 3 months, I've been trying to order this unit like every time I got paid. And there's been like things go out and stuff. And it's like, oh, and also I've been the delivery charge on IKEA. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go to IKEA or get delivery charge. I was trying to look for the unit on like Gumtree, on Marketplace, and they always had the other sizes, and I needed a specific size. It's a Kallax unit, so I needed a 3x4 size, and they only ever had like the 2x4 or the 4x4, and I literally could only fit the 3x4 size in my room. So this time I was like getting so fed up of the room, so cluttered. I'd literally, in the corner where I was going to do it, it had like a vanity kind of thing that I've had for years and years and years. And also 7 months worth of bags of charity stuff. 7 months worth, okay, of stuff that I bagged up at Christmas, toys that I had decluttered from the toy boxes to make space for the new toys, but then just left them in the corner of my room. So I was just getting frustrated. Like, I'm trying to work and the space is just like, and making me feel, So I was like, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it before the summer holidays. So I ordered it like 2 weeks before the summer holidays started, which was, we're in now. And it came last week and my husband made it. And I was like, wow, I need to get rid of all this stuff then. So I was talking online. I was talking about it and saying how the idea of going to charity shop just makes me like freak out. Can't do it. I put all of the charity shop bags from the corner basically just into my car. And I was like, taking bets how long it's going to stay there. And then I asked for some charity shop recommendations. And then one of my friends told me about a service that actually has changed my life. And I have been sharing all about it, and I'm going to share it with you. It's called Anglo's, not Angelo's, it's Anglo. Anglo's Doorstep service. Yep, Doorstep service. They come and pick it up from your house. You can pick from 4 different charities. I think I chose Action for Vulnerable Children, is it? And they then give the proceeds to them. Honestly, I got rid of those 7 bags. And then that was a Monday. I found out about it. I booked it for the Friday, so the last day of term. That morning, I knew they were coming from anywhere from 7 o'clock because it was hot. So they were like, we're going to come from 7 o'clock because it's warm. And I was like, right, I have definitely got more bags in cupboards that are just there. Doom bags in cupboards well, not even, these aren't doom bags of clothes and toys in cupboards that I have just shoved in there for years, okay? I think some of the stuff in there was like age 7 and my twins are now 12 and it was their clothes. That's a long time I've kept on. So I counted in the end 20 bags altogether. 20 bags altogether. That's mental, isn't it? All of that and I could go for more. There's more in my cupboards, but they were the ones that were already bagged and ready to go. So I bagged it up. I put them outside the house. I went to work. My husband was here, but they didn't even knock on the door. They literally just picked it up from outside my house and took it away. Done something good for charity. There's probably loads of stuff in there that I could sell, but honestly, just don't have the time and effort and energy. But also on that note, another service that might actually help you is in my little town of Whitney. There's a new thing called Whitney Resellers, where they take your stuff that is more valuable and they sell it on Vinted for you. And then they take a profit and you take a profit. So you don't have to do it. So I can't tell you, right, I've got 2 boxes of stuff for Vinted that I have just not got around to do. And I've just got a load more stuff from my son's drawers that we've just gone through today. That is in packaging, never been worn, or or like a couple of things that have rarely been worn that would sell so well on Vinted and do better for someone who actually would use them. So I don't have the time, or well, I do have the time. I could make the time for Vinted, but honestly, I don't remember to send it. I hate going to the post office, so I don't actually remember to send them. So I might sell them. They might sell, but they never make it to the post office. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I just hate the post office so much. So I am going to book a slot with them, with the Whitney Resellers. So excited. Maybe have a look in your area and see if someone does that. And then you get a profit when it sells, obviously, when it sells. So I am very excited about those 2 new services that I think is very life-changing. I mean, I should just learn to return packages that I buy, if you've been here for a while and you've been here since before I went to Greece for the wedding, and I bought a dress that literally made me feel like I was being suffocated, yeah, I didn't return it. So that's going to them, the Whitney resellers, and hopefully will sell and give me a bit of money back. Really need to learn to return things. That is just, I need to get over my fear of the post office. Is it even a fear? I don't know if it's a fear or what it is. But yeah, they're two services that have absolutely changed my life. And I feel like it sounds a bit dramatic when I was saying earlier about, discovering my ADHD has helped me to get to this point where I can actually sort and tidy out. But I actually mean it. Like, I really do mean it. Like, not only like sorting out the house, but also like looking after myself, like being able to exercise and eat well and not just pick the most convenient thing, but actually think about what fruits and vegetables do I need to eat today to actually remain healthy and look after myself. Having the mental capacity to do that too has come from learning about my ADHD and understanding who I am. Because if you, like me, have gone undiagnosed for 30 odd years, 34, and I was diagnosed last year, then you have spent your whole life trying to do life with strategies and systems that work for neurotypical people and probably actually work against neurodivergent people. They're probably the opposite. It's probably actually making it harder for us trying to live like that. And that's all we've ever known. So being able to learn how your brain actually works, what executive dysfunctioning you have, means that you can then take back that power, I guess, in a way, and live a life that actually works in your favor. So yes, maybe a little bit dramatic, but it's not. It's not in the same time. But it's not the quick, easy answer that you probably want either. Body doubling is a great one to do. If you have a friend who like also needs to get stuff done, do it together. Or maybe you go to each other's houses, like you spend an hour at each other's houses each week or whatever, or half a day if you want to get it, like bash it out. Like whatever it is, super important. Go and do it. And yeah, get on with it. That's probably the quickest fix you can get. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that has been enjoyable for you, and I would love to hear if you're going to use it. If you do want a link, I'm going to drop it in the caption. It's not an affiliate link, but apparently I get entered into £100 draw if people click on it. Don't know how they managed to see that, but hey, we're living in a modern world, so maybe they can. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Please do share it with your friends, and I'll see you very soon.